You better not kill the groove, DJ. It's murder on the dance floor. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say,
Good afternoon and welcome to Stephen Decatur High School. Now we're going to do starting lineups and we're going to begin with Arundel High School. Starting with number 7, Lily Scher. Number 11, Megan Metty. Number 15, Imani Monroe. Number 18, Maddie Russell. Number 3, Ava Shahady. Number 4, Sienna Stegg. Number 22, Rachel Poole. Number 23, Ryan O'Kane. Number 25, Reese Beard. Number 10, Anna Paquette. Number 14, Kylie Guggen. And number 29, Taylor Sharpia. Reagan Reed. Number 7, Lily Carson. Number 8, MB Morse. Number 11, Kennedy Kirby. Number 12, Mara Mills. Number 16, Lou Malinowski. Number 17, Addison Conley. Number 20, Haley Lewis. Number 24, Emery Jack. And number 25, Layla Hamrock. Would everyone please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem?
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Robert G. Knox Field at Lewis H. Taylor Stadium Tonight we got a matchup between the Arundel Wildcats and the Stephen Decatur Seahawks. My name is AJ Patton. I'm joined alongside my partner, Sean McChrystal. And I'll tell you, Sean, it's great to be back. How are you doing today?
Yeah, great to be back. Should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, definitely excited. Arundel last year had a solid year. Decent team going into this year. Seahawks have played one game so far this year, and it was total dominance. They beat North Dorchester on Monday 25-0. And they're looking for another win here today. And the draw, and Arundel wins. Still get possession first. And sure with it.
Yeah, if you're the Seahawks here, you want to start out with probably you want to force a turnover here. Try and get something set up your offense. Defense leads to offense, as they say.
Yeah, Mehdi looking to drive in, gives to Sure. Now Sure, lollipop pass, now stolen by the Seahawks here. Good defense to start out. And now Malinowski pass up to Lily Carson. The Seahawks team loves to get out fast. This is something they really specialized in last year. And it led to a state semifinal berth. They were a very good team last year. Scored a bunch of points. And now driving in is Kirby. And the Seahawks are on the board first.
Yeah, great feed there. And then she really only had the goalie to beat. That was just really good offense there. Found the hole in the Arundel defense.
And I'll say, Sean, the teal deal is back. Candy Kirby had an amazing season last year. Looking for another great season so far. She's done a very good job. One of the best players on the Seahawks team.
Yeah, Seahawks, they got out and ran there, which was their special, as you mentioned. They're really good when they're out and running.
So this year, a big change for the Seahawks is no more Sadie Kaufman. We were wondering who's going to take the draw abilities for the Seahawks, and it's been Julia Gordy. And she's done a pretty good job so far. She'll be on the draws this year. Another big change is goalie. Layla Hamrock will be the goalie this year for the Seahawks. Starting goalie, Addison McDaniel and Sadie Kaufman, both at East Stroudsburg, have had very good seasons so far, especially Sadie Kaufman. One player of the week 2 times already.
Yeah, both goalies Decatur has are freshmen, which is...
Yeah, different. It's a pretty young Seahawks team for the most part, but most of this team is sophomores and juniors. As we'll see the first 8 meter of the game here by Arundel. And now drive inside. And a score for Arundel as they get on the board.
Yeah,
This game up.
Seahawks offense, they're going to have to pick up a little bit of the slack. As you mentioned, freshman goalie, might have a little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
First ever home, second ever home high school game. There's definitely some butterflies.
Especially starting out.
So the offense might want to, give her some goal support.
So Sure and Gordy on the draw once again. So I'll say a main thing for Decatur last year was when they won the draw, about 85% of the time, they get a score out of it. So if they can win most of their draw controls today, that usually results in a goal. This was a false start there. We're going to redraw here.
Yeah, Seahawks haven't won a draw yet.
And the Seahawks went there.
Put the reverse announcer's jinx.
There you go. And now Kennedy Kirby on the wing. She feeds to Malinowski. Now Seahawks want to work around the arc here. Finds somebody cutting inside. There's Morris. Fires and scores. Even getting knocked on the ground as well.
Yeah, really nice cut there. We saw sort of came around. Nobody was on her. Got it. Shot it. Made it. Name of the game.
All around.
What really set up that play was that beautiful feed and the nice cut. part of their offense. They like to cut a lot. They don't like one-on-one matchups.
It was one of their key success in their last win was cutting inside. And the Seahawks really have amazing ball movement. I'd say they are the best team when it comes to ball movement in the entire Bayside. Their communication is at a top level. And it was one of the main reasons why they scored 25 goals yesterday. But they were playing North Dorchester, and it was their first game girls lacrosse ever. So one of the main reasons why. But a 25-0 win is definitely something to brag about. As Morse fires on the goal. It's going to be a save right there. Seahawks should stay with it. And now it looks like MB Morse will be taking it here on the 8-meter straight away. Expect to go straight to the goal. Try and get her second of the game as she fires and scores. Second goal of the game for MB Morse. And the Seahawks take a 3-1 lead.
The goalies are yet to stop a shot.
Yeah.
We might be in for a high-scoring affair here.
Technically, there was one for Arundel there before they called the 8-meter. But MB Morse getting her second of the game, I believe right now, is actually running the SDHS Women's Lacrosse Instagram page. She had like a day in the life today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. So I'd say look for her to get at least a hat trick today. Maybe a haul as well. She's already got 2. One of the leaders of the Seahawks team. That's a push right there. And Arundel will take possession. That's a push on Julia Gordy. So now Sure with it. Taking it to the Seahawks defense. And now Medi with it.
Yeah, look for Arundel. Maybe take their time here. They've looked a little rushed, so they might want to set up their offense.
Yeah, Decatur's really been controlling the pace so far today, for the most part. Now Sure with it once again, working on Coleman here, driving inside. Maybe could have had a shot there. Decides to take it around the goal.
Yeah, I think they're just working it around here.
Now she loses it. Tries to scoop it up, and the Seahawks come away with it. Great defense inside. Great interior defense by the Lady Seahawks there. And now Gordy with it on the fast break. Gives to Malinowski, who loses it.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity right there, but we got a penalty called here.
Yeah, Seahawks will retain possession here. And now Kirby with it. On the corner of the arc. Maybe could get a Seahawk cutting here. There it is once again. Feet inside. And a solid save there.
Yeah, they love those cuts. As I mentioned earlier, that's really how they score the majority of their goals.
Yeah, one of the first saves of the game. Goes Arundel's way. So now Russell. And Arundel looks like so far they're a slow-moving offense. When they have the game at their pace, they take it slow. Looking to set something up here. Maybe take some of Decatur's game plan, try and find somebody cut.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Decatur's just playing really good defense. Trying to set screens as one was just set right there. Couldn't exactly hit the cutter there.
So now Russell driving in. Solid interior defense here again by the Seahawks. Feet inside. And a score once again. That time it's Medi with the goal.
I think what Arundel's trying to do there is we saw she drove to the net, got defense to collapse, 2 defenders, which meant someone was open, found the open lady, and goal.
So a decently high-scoring game so far. 5 goals combined between both these teams. Like we said, looking to be a decent game so far. You know, Arundel's definitely not a bad team. In Anne Arundel County, we were talking about it before the game. I feel like Lacrosse and Maryland definitely runs through Anne Arundel County. There's a lot of very solid teams in Anne Arundel. Those include like Savannah Park, South River. Arundel's one of them. Severn. Some very good lacrosse teams in Anne Arundel County. Now draw once again between Gordy and Medi. And Gordy wins it, but she does fall though. Now ball's on the turf. Gets batted up in the air, and Arundel comes away with it. That was Monroe with it. And now Meddy at midfield. Solid defense here by Mills, and she steals it away. So now Mills. Seahawks do not have numbers here. Mills could slow it down. That's what she likes to do. Set this offense. Almost every Seahawks possession so far, they come away with a score. So
what Arundel's got to do, they've got to look for the cutter, because on every possession, Seahawks have had someone cut to the net.
It's Kirby trying to get a shot, working around the crease here. As I say, walking the tightrope. And now shovel pass from Mills to Pascucci. Pascucci at the top. Great move inside, stays with it. Now gives to Kirby behind the goal. She's looking for that cut.
There it
Gives
is.
to Morris, fires. It's just to the right of the post.
As we have a lot of sports going on today at Decatur.
Yeah, definitely a few Decatur sports. Feed inside to Morse, fires and scores. Morse has a hat trick already with 5 minutes left here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Seahawks have looked really good so far. Doesn't look like much has changed since their previous game.
This is a replay right here of the Seahawks score. Sean, want to run it through us?
Yeah, here we see the cut around, and there we go. Sort of ran around the defender. Screen was set, caught up the defender, and one-on-one.
That's like
the goalie.
It's the Lady Seahawks specialty. They love to go to the corner of the arc or behind the goal, get someone hung up, get a cut, pass it off, and 9 times out of 10 results in a score. They win the draw once again. Now look to make it a 5-2 game here with just under 5 minutes remaining. And Carson with it. Now gives to Kirby. Looking to do it herself. Gives to Malinowski. Now Malinowski with it. Feet inside. Try to get to Morse there. Solid interior defense by Arundel that time.
Yeah, Arundel double-teamed there and tried to get it into Morse, but it's hard to get it through 2 defenders.
And Charpiot now gives to Madison. And now pass up. Arundel gets a pass midfield here and clears it. And Shahid now gives to Scher. And Arundel looking to set up their offense now. Feet inside. Solid defense there by the goalie Hamrock. She protected that goal there. Did not leave that goal vulnerable. So Scher with it on the wing. Now gives to Shahid. And Arundel working around the arc here. Let's see what they go with. Been an interesting offensive set so far for Arundel. Feels like right now they don't really have a set game plan, but feet inside. There's a set game plan right there. And Arundel, yeah, I mean, we're going back and forth here.
Yeah,
You know,
like a seesaw.
back and forth like a seesaw. 3:39 left in this first quarter. 4-3 Seahawks.
Yeah, we saw right there what really started that play was there was a screen set, sort of caught up 2 Seahawk defenders, which left someone open.
So both these teams, you know, they kind of have the same game plan so far.
Yeah, I feel like Arundel goes a little bit slower. They're better in the when they set up their offense instead of going fast like the Seahawks.
And Scher wins the draw that time. Now she's going to try and take it herself. Feeds inside to Russell, and she fires and stings the bottom of the left corner. And we got a tie game. 0-0 all over again.
Yeah, we might be in for a high-scoring game here, AJ.
You know, that kind of leads me into it. Are you, lacrosse-wise, are you more of a high-scoring guy or a low-scoring guy?
You know, I'm more of a low-scoring kind of guy.
Really?
You know, I like the defense, you know, the goalie play. You know, it really,
I can respect it.
yeah. But, you know, I don't mind a high-scoring game every once in a while.
No.
As long as it's close, you know.
Yeah,
not,
exactly. Yeah. Like, example for last year when the Lady Seahawks played Hereford. Remember
Yes,
that game?
that
That
was
game was amazing. Seahawks won 17-13. The entire game was close. It went back and forth for a while until the Seahawks took over on offense. Put the game in their hands. A solid steal there by Kirby. Now Seahawks looking to go the other way here. And Mills on the corner of the arc.
The question every time now you got to ask when the Seahawks get the ball, who's going to be the cutter?
Yeah, pretty much. And what spot, I should say, on the field are they going to go to find that cut?
Sometimes they run a screen into a cut.
Tried to get a cut there to Mara Mills. And a steal by Monroe. Now pass up to Scher. And Scher is quick. She's going to try and take it all herself here. In between the Seahawks defense. Feeds behind the goal to Russell. And Russell walking the tightrope. Back shot. Rolling around in the crease. And Hamrock comes away with it.
Risky pass.
Very.
I think that's a freshman mistake.
Yeah, the Seahawks take over here. So Seahawks looking to clear it here. And get something going on offense. Take that lead back. Going into the second quarter here, Pascucci's got wheels. And now she'll slow it down. Gives to Kirby. Kirby looking for her second of the game. She'll toss it to Morse.
Yeah, Arundel's really playing like a matchup zone, it looks like. They're not really collapsing on much.
They're looking to defend the inside here. Sometimes they go to the double team, and it's worked so far. Morse now gives to Kirby. Kirby around the crease. Fires and scores once again. Kirby's got her second of the game. And the Seahawks have retaken the lead.
I like the train horn.
It's back, ladies and gentlemen. The train horn is indeed back. So that was a great wraparound cut. You'll see it once again right here.
Yeah, through three defenders, just, they came out to cut the angle down, but great shot.
Even through the double team as well. Heck, triple team. Could not stop Candy Kirby. So that time Arundel wins the draw. And now pass up to Mehdi. So Arundel with 1:11 left here in this first quarter. Can tie the game at 5 going into the second. So this felt like a decently long first quarter. But there hasn't been many stoppages at all.
Yeah, not much defense.
That as well.
That was an opportunity for a goal right there for Arundel.
And Russell now fires, and it gets behind Hamrock's stick, and there's the tie game. Once again, 5-5.
That's right, it's going to be 20-20.
Yeah, could be. This definitely feels like it could be like a 18-15 kind of game. I feel like both teams in the goal probably change up their game plan, defensive-wise.
We'll have the first half be all offense, and then the second half be all defense.
It's kind of how it was last year. That was kind of the trend. So draw once again between Gordy and Scher. And that time Arundel wins it. So Mehdi with it. Now working on Morse. Arundel has to move a little bit quicker here, and a solid defense there. And a steal by Pascucci. Almost got taken away. Ball almost was out of bounds. And Kirby comes away with it. And now Seahawks have numbers. Kirby driving inside. Can get to Kanyar. She does, but it's over her head. That was a wide open opportunity, Sean.
Yeah, that missed opportunity right there. You can't really have those in games like this.
So Kanyar reset now, but you got 10 seconds. Got to go quick. Pascucci, great side move, fires to the left of the pipe.
We got a penalty here, it looks like.
Yeah, penalty on the field. Looks like we'll be an 8-meter here. 1 second left. So it's got to be.
I think you just got to shoot it.
I was going to say it's got to be a setup shot. You don't have time to drive in. It's got to be a setup shot. Don't know if Pascucci knows the time. Now she fires and scores. That will count. Seahawks going to the second quarter up 6-5 over Arundel. What a game we have in our hands so far. The Seahawks going to the second with a 1-goal lead. All right, back with you. Started the second quarter in what has been a high-scoring game so far. Lady Seahawks lead 6-5 over the Wildcats. Sean, how you feel about this game so far?
You know, I'm feeling good. I would like to see a little more defense. You know, maybe if you're the Seahawks, you want to get a couple stops here and then string together some goals, maybe create some distance and force Arundel to go a little bit faster. Because right now they're getting whatever they want.
Yeah, right now, honestly, both teams taking at their own pace, but, you know, really no defense at all so far. Goalies have had trouble stopping both offenses. But Arundel starting out with it. Can't tie this game here. They tried to get inside to Medi there. Seahawks interior defense is going to have to be strong this quarter and limit as many goals as possible.
She's just holding the ball there.
Yeah. Now feet inside. That's a great back around move, but a solid strip away by the Lady Seahawks. What's we going to call a foul here on the Lady Seahawks? So Arundel's going to take it on the 8-meter. They're going to take it on the back arc.
have to say, we have a great baseball game going on right now between Decatur and Bennett.
So Poole will pass it off. Yeah, Decatur and Bennett tied 0-0 right now, top of the second, scoreless game.
That's probably going to be for the Bayside South, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Parkside lost a lot.
Medi bounce shot. First bounce shot of the game does not work. Now ball's rolling around in the end zone. And Russell scoops it up. Now trying to work around the crease here. Maybe could have feed it inside. Passes over Scher's head. And Lacey Oaks come away with it, trying to get it upfield. It's going to be Decatur possession here. And Hamrock in the goal. Just trying to find somebody.
Yeah, Arundel doing a good job putting pressure on the freshman goalkeeper here.
So Jack with it. Great move on near sideline. Now trying to get it past midfield here and clear it. So Seahawks main goal. Nice bat there by Russell. And now Lewis in a triple team. Ball gets batted up. Not the best ball handling so far at both squads. Ball's on the ground in the lot. Start the second quarter. Now Russell possibly could have pulled a shot there. Feeds inside. And now fire by Shahid. It's just off, and Arundel's going to stay with it as they get the rebound there. Did not let that ball roll out of bounds. Another chance here. They're going to take it slow. Shahid. Now gives to Poole.
Yeah, Arundel's really controlling the pace so far in the second quarter. I feel like first quarter, Decatur was sort of controlling, getting what they wanted. But Arundel's really controlling. As nice steal right there.
Oh, Morse took a big hit. It's going to go Decatur's way. She earned that right there. Just kind of got blindsided. But Arundel had the ball there for almost 3 minutes. Couldn't come away with the score. Seahawks still trying to get it past midfield here. I'll tell you, I got to get used to saying midfield and not half court. I'll tell you that. Long 3 months of basketball was a very good time. Now spring sports right around the corner, and they're here. We've been saying for the past couple weeks they were coming up. Weather's getting warmer. Thankfully, sun's coming back out again.
I'm glad we're in the booth today.
Yeah,
wind is whipping.
It's about 20-mile-an-hour winds right now. But this weekend, I'll say, is looking really nice. It's going to be, I believe, about 74 degrees and sunny on Saturday. So warmer weather is definitely on the way. Just got to get rid of this wind. But now Morse with it. Gets a push and now gives off. Now feed inside's over the head of Morse. Ball almost rolls out of bounds.
Got a score update for you guys. Boys lacrosse up 13-0.
Decatur.
At Arundel. Or North Dorchester, yeah.
Man, that's pretty dominant, if I do say so myself. And what, second quarter as well? 13-0. That's incredible.
Higher scoring than us.
Yeah. Even combined. Yeah. But these teams combined with 11 goals. Both offenses taking it slow so far, though. Haven't seen too much action yet in that first quarter. It was fast-paced, but Arundel with the steal here. And now Medi with it. She's got to watch behind her. Carson was on her back there. And now pass up to Scher.
Carson's got this big brace on her leg. That looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely. Tough to run with that. She had a pretty bad leg injury. Yeah, I couldn't imagine running out there for a couple hours with that leg brace around. Definitely got to be tough, but Medi with it at the top. Now trying to put a move on Gordy here. So I'll ask for the first time with Ronald taking it slow. What do you think they're going to go with here? What do you think they're going to set up?
You know, I think they're going to try and take it one-on-one for a change, because usually they've been getting some movement, but I think they're going to try and get one person, try and clear out, get one-on-one action.
There it is. Feed inside to Shahid. Fires. and stings the left corner once again. And we got a tie game. First goal of the second quarter. 6 minutes and 12 seconds in. A lot different than the first quarter.
Yeah.
So definitely glad that somebody got on the board here in the second quarter, because so far it's been a little bit on the slow side. Both offensives have been taking it at a slow pace.
The second quarter, it's been moving faster, though, because
it has.
When the goals are scored, clock stopped. So
right. Yeah, it definitely has moved faster. But defenses for both teams are starting to tighten up here in this in the second quarter. But draw once again between Gordy and Scher, and Gordy comes away with it. And then loses it, and Scher scoops it up. Tries to give the Medi fight for it. Ball's on the ground. Medi stays with it. Now Arundel can set up their offense. Find something here.
I would like to see the time of possession
and they can take the lead
in the second quarter right now.
Yeah. I'd say at least 2 minute difference on average. But now they can set up their offense, and with a solid offensive possession here, Arundel can take a lead, which would be their first lead of the game. Possibly could have gotten Scher inside there. She was cutting. They do find Scher. Fires to the left of the post. Looked like it might have hit off the post there. Just off the mark, but Arundel's going to stay with it. Medi at the top once again. And now feed inside to Shahade. Bounce shot and a score. Arundel takes their first lead of the game. Now up 7-6 with 4:41 left in the second quarter.
See, the mistake the Seahawks made right there is everyone collapsed on the ball handler, and then that led to somebody being wide open. That's not what you want to. It's not what you want to do defensively. I think it was a bit of miscommunication. It looked like 3 Seahawk defenders went to the ball, which left the middle wide open.
Tried to collapse down there, but it was just a little bit too late. But good overall ball movement there on that possession by the Wildcats. So a draw win here for the Seahawks, and in my opinion, the biggest draw of this game so far for Decatur. We got a false start. It's going to go Arundel way. Now back to the Seahawks. Okay. Okay, pardon me. Looks like the ref there pointed to Arundel possession.
Yeah,
the Seahawks take it. Well, that and Gordy kind of just stood there for like 15 seconds. I think she thought the false start was on her. But Decatur with it. Can tie the game back up here.
You got to not miss opportunities. They've missed about 2 or 3 in their last couple possessions as they've missed open cutters, and there you go.
There you go. Pascucci wraps around. Bounce shot. And sticking that left corner. We got tie game 7-7.
There's the horn.
I'll say, get out of the way when the train's coming through. Train horn is back. Train horn is back. Don't you just love it, John? Don't you just love the train horn?
Yes.
Adds a great touch to the game. Yeah, but been a very good game. A very good game to come back to. You know, last year, our first lacrosse game was our first lacrosse game ever.
Was Decatur versus Worcester Prep, right?
Yes, for boys. And I believe Seahawks won 16-4.
Yeah, that was a blowout.
Yeah, but this game's a lot closer to start off the year. It's been very good. Last year started with boys lacrosse. This year starting off with girls lacrosse.
Yeah, boys don't have a home game for a while.
Yeah, first home game is on April 2nd versus North Carolina. But don't have too many home games this year for the boys, and then obviously for girls it's on the flip side, because whenever the boys are on the road, girls are at home. And then whenever
Bayside Championship is here.
Yes.
Which is big.
Yeah, last year was at Kent Island. This year it'll be at Decatur for boys and girls. Looking for both. Again, if both boys and girls can stay healthy, looking for hopefully a deep run in the playoffs as well. Make it to that Bayside Championship again, like they did last year. Let's see what Arundel sets up here. As Russell with it behind the goal. And now Mehdi, bounce shot, and a score once again. And Arundel takes that lead back. Hamrock wasn't really expecting that. Looked like she was thinking that Mehdi was going to take it back out because she was working on 3 Lady Seahawks. But the Wildcats going with that bounce shot here in the second quarter, and it's worked so far. They're 3 for 3.
Yeah.
The last 3 shots.
Arundel's really got the momentum right now, I would say.
They've done a really good job on the road. Like we said, I feel like no matter what sport, it can be a tough thing to come to Lewis H. Taylor Stadium and honestly win, whether it be lacrosse or football and a few other sports as well. This can be a very tough place to play, especially when it's crowded.
Kind of have a sparse crowd here today in the cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Well, that's why you're listening to us at home.
Yeah, there you go. We're up here in a nice warm box. That's nice. First time up in this box since November 27th, I believe, was the Westlake game for the state semifinal for football. So it's definitely been a minute since we've been up here, but it's great to be back. And Arundel now can take a 2-goal lead, just under 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Going into half here, Arundel right now got the momentum.
Yeah, they would love to add another goal, make it a 2-goal lead. It looked coming out of the gate, first quarter, Decatur really.
And there's another goal once again. At that time, it's Maddie Russell with the goal. And there's that 2-goal lead that Arundel was looking for.
As I was saying earlier in the game, Decatur came out, guns a-blazing, like they were going to blow them out. And they just took their foot off the gas. They're not winning draws. They're not being aggressive defensively.
Arundel's done a great job of controlling this quarter. You know, Decatur, like we said, was controlling the first quarter, controlling the pace. And they got what they want. Now Arundel in the second quarter. Winning this quarter 3-1 right now. Or 4-1, pardon me. So this is a big draw right here for the Seahawks.
Seahawks need to win this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, this definitely has to be a win. You got to go down, get a goal. Even if you don't tie the game before halftime, you want to make it a 1-goal game to have some confidence going into that second half. Let's see if Gordy can win it. But Arundel's done a great job on the draw today. This ball's up in the air. Ball's rolling around, and Sure comes away with it. Couple draws. The ball's rolled around a few times. Decatur could have picked it up. Arundel's come away with it every single time. Just a couple missed opportunities here. And now with 2 minutes remaining. So Poole. Now Arundel on the corner of the arc. Gives to Russell. Russell behind the goal. I think for Arundel here, wasting time is going to be their main key.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect much till minute 30, minute 25.
Looks like the main game plan is just to pass it around, waste this clock. They don't want Decatur to get another possession unless that wide open shot is there. Sure almost lost it there, but she stays with it. So until there's like a wide open shot, I wouldn't expect Arundel to take a shot until under a minute remaining, at least. Maybe about 30 seconds. Feet inside. There's a wide open shot and a save by Hamrock. Layla Hamrock with their best save of the game so far. And now Seahawks, with about a minute remaining here, can make this a one-goal game. Looking to go a little bit quicker as Ree with it. Now on far sideline, gives to Kirby. And Kirby now tried to wrap around there. She's going to go back out. And Malinowski spins. Double spin move. Gives to Pascucci. And Pascucci mills behind her stick. Tried to scoop it up. Battle for it. And Arundel comes away with it. And a great steal right there by Mills. That was off Arundel. So Decatur with another chance here.
They've got to hurry up.
Yeah, this needs to be a goal here for the Seahawks. 25 seconds left now. Feed inside. Over the head of Morse. Ball rolling around. Stop and play here. It looks like Seahawks were in the crease there. Yeah, as that was. That was Carson in the crease there. So 10 seconds left now. Arundel looking to get it past midfield here. Maybe try and get a shot on goal. 3 seconds left. And that will do it. As we head into halftime, and Arundel up 9-7 over the Lady Seahawks. We'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, after halftime. All right, coming back to start of the second half. And the Wildcats are up 9-7 over the Seahawks. Sean, I'll ask for both teams.
All right.
Defensive-wise,
Yes.
what do both teams need to change here in the second half?
Well, for Arundel, what they need to do is stop the cutter. Seahawks always like to have someone cut. You got to stop that somehow. And then for Decatur defensively, you got to, clog the middle more. Arundel's been getting a lot of free looks in the middle. So.
Yeah, agreed. That's the main reason why this has been a high-scoring game, 9-7. But like we did say in the first quarter, the trend is usually if it's high-scoring that second half, it slows down a little bit, becomes a little more of a defensive game. We'll see if that's the case here as well in the second half.
We do have a score update for you. Varsity baseball leads 2-0, bottom of the third at Bennett.
Yeah, both RBIs for the Seahawks. Landon Daniel and Johnny Hobgood, both RBI singles.
Nate Brzezowski pitching a pretty good game.
That and Bennett's a very good team.
Yes, they can hit.
They can hit. They have definitely improved. Solid defense there by the Lady Seahawks on the inside. And now they take back over. They can clear it here as they do. Pascucci with it. She's the one to have the ball. She's got some speed and can set this offense. So Kirby with it. Now we'll slow it down. I say try and go behind the goal and find an interior cut. It's what's worked. Let's see if the Seahawks go to it. So I'll give it to Mills. Now Kirby with it. Like maybe feed to Carson. There it is. And then could have somebody cut inside. Find that cutter. Looking for Morse. Couldn't get to her.
Yeah, that was solid one-on-one defense there on the cut.
It's been both teams' game plan so far this game. Great cut right there by Pascucci, and she scores. First goal of the second half belongs to the Lady Seahawks and Layla Pascucci. And now it's a one-goal game.
See, that's the kind of cut right there that Arundel didn't expect. She sort of took it herself.
Yeah, here's the replay right here. You see it for yourself.
There we go, just weaving in between the defenders.
Just in and out cuts. Decatur can do it in many ways. It's just a matter of, accuracy and I'd say capitalizing on those opportunities you get. Because in close games like this, they don't come very often. Like we said, Arundel is a solid team. We said this would be a pretty even matchup coming into this. And that's exactly what it's been so far. And draw once again between Schur and that time was Morse. Schur comes away with it. So Seahawks changed draws there. Was Gordy in that first half? That time it was Morse there.
What is interesting is Varsity is playing first today.
Yes. I was going to mention that at some point. I think there's only one more game this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Easton, where Varsity's first and then JV second. Could be wrong. Could be something else. I'll check the schedule again. But there is 2 games like that this year where Varsity's at 4 and JV's at 5:30. So it's definitely an odd time. But, I don't hate it. Game's ending while it's still sun. Now fire by Schur, and a score once again. Hamrock struggles in the second half, starting in the second half as well. First half, starting in the second half.
If you're a Decatur here, you might want to consider making a goalie change. Consider it.
Yeah, Brooklyn Paul is on the bench.
The problem being
it's been offensive barrage.
Lack of experience. Both goalies are freshmen. I know
exactly.
You play travel and all that, but it's not the same as a high school varsity game. You got all this pressure on you.
Especially the start of the season as well. I feel like no matter what year you are, it can be tough. Butterflies are there. Start of the season, went through all these practices and everything. Get your first real test, and it can be tough. It really shows what those practices proved. But this is another big draw in this game. That time it's Mills on the draw for the Seahawks against Sure, and the Seahawks win it. But now an airmail pass over the head of Mills by Burton, and Arundel's going to take possession.
Costly mistake there.
Yeah. Do you think maybe the wind played a factor in that a little bit? It's whipping out there today. But
yeah,
just
but
an airmail pass.
that was way airmail.
Yeah. Arundel's going to stay with it again. As Stegg's going to take it here on the far sideline. Now, almost a pickpocket there. Pick steal, I should say, by Burton. Decatur really needs a steal here. Something. Get out on the fast break. Do not want to let Arundel set up their offense again, because when they've taken it slow, they've been able to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, ever since the first quarter, Arundel's getting what they want.
Yeah.
No problems at all.
Exactly. They've done a really good job, once again, especially on the road. And now Meddy with it. Possibly could have taken it around the crease there. Gives off to Sure. And now Russell looking for a cut. Did not find it. Meddy right inside, and a solid defense there by MB Morse on the inside. Just pop that ball right out of her stick. So you always got to stay with it, though. And Arundel with the steal. And now they can set up their offense again. Passes in front of Russell. Ball's on the turf, and now Burton comes away with it. And now pass up to Kirby. This is where the Seahawks can go on a fast break.
Yeah, you need a goal here.
Kirby, Seahawks do have numbers. It's a 4-on-3. Kirby now driving inside. Tried to get a shot off there. Could not.
In my opinion, that's when you need to take a shot. That's when you're at your best.
Yeah. They had the shot there. Malinowski, nice spin move, though.
And chances are, if it was off the mark, you were going to get it back anyway, because Seahawks, there was more Seahawks.
We get a foul right there. Looks like Seahawks. Yeah, Malinowski's going to take it here on the wing of the 8-meter. Could pass it off, but would not be surprised if she drives to the goal. And there it is, the drive. A bounce shot. Looked like it got poked from behind by Poole. So, but good defense there by Arundel on the 8-meter. Can be a tough thing to stop. 8 meters, I say, about 8 out of 10 times result in goals, especially if it's straight away or on the wing.
Surprised the Seahawks are just letting the goalie hold on to it here.
Yeah, Charpiot's just holding on to it. Maybe find something here. Nobody's really pressing the goalie here. I guess afraid to leave their assignment.
I think they're just going to waste time.
Not a bad idea. Now Sure with it. Now Meddy. Arundel needs to clear it here to get something in offense as they do. Kirby tried to steal it away there from behind. So now Meddy. If I were the Wildcats here, I'd probably waste as much time as I could. With this 2-goal lead, they had no reason to rush. Like at this point,
they haven't been rushing all game.
No, yeah, I know. But if they were to rush, I don't think this is the time.
Definitely.
So Poole with it at the top. Now solid move there on Conley, driving through 3 Seahawks, and she got fouled there. And now she'll take it from the 8-meter. It's going to be on the wing. Yes, it is. Poole take it on the wing of the 8-meter.
I think she might look to pass this here.
Yeah,
you know how they like to set up their offense.
But Poole, nice save right there by Hamrock. Ball's on the ground. Another save once again. A double save by Layla Hamrock. Making up for that last goal there. And now Kirby with it. That sure falls. Now Kirby on the fast break. Let's see what the Seahawks do here. Sean, what do you think they're going to go with?
They're going to try and go their bread and butter.
The bread and butter.
Someone's going to cut. They're going to have a wide open shot. Goal. 1-goal game. I'm calling it.
Okay. We'll see. 4.5 remaining now in this third quarter. Pascucci. Seahawks looking to tie it up here going into the 4th.
There's the cut.
Couldn't get it to Morse. Ball rolling around. Burton comes away with it. And Malinowski on the wing of the arc. Now gives to Kirby on the corner. Try and walk the tightrope here on the crease. And that was a nice interior defense there. Pass inside. Bounce shot by Mills. Solid defense by Sharpie out inside. That was where you wanted to capitalize. That was an amazing cut by Mills and a great find.
Yeah, great opportunity, but couldn't convert.
Carson almost stepped in the crease there. She was trying to work it around that crease. And Pascucci with it. Now a great move. Fires gets it stripped away. Morse was right there. It will stay Seahawks possession. And it's going to be an 8-meter here for the Lady Seahawks. It's going to be Pascucci taking it from the top of the 8-meter. Straightaway shot. Pascucci's going to drive. Bounce shot. Almost rolls on the goal there. They're going to call a no goal. That was right on the line. That was honestly as close as it gets. Mills stays with it.
It's a game of inches.
It is a game of inches, I'll tell you that. They say football is. We can add lacrosse to that as well now. Ball almost rolls out of bounds. Mills getting double teamed on the far sideline. And Arundel's going to take back over here. That ball did roll out of bounds. At the last second, Mills could have come away with it and passed it up. Just got trapped in the corner. And now Scher on the far sideline. Working on Conley here. Yeah, and she's going to take her time. Set something up. 2.5 minutes now left in this third.
I wouldn't expect Arundel to do much until under 2 minutes here.
No. I'd say maybe even like a minute and a half. Minute. Somewhere around there. They're just going to pass it around.
Out of all the lacrosse games we've done, I'm pretty sure this Arundel team plays at the slowest pace.
Yeah.
Not saying that's a bad thing.
No.
It works.
It's worked. They got 10 goals right now. But yeah, I agree. Slower pace. Now Mehdi passing inside to Russell. Almost got a shot off there. And now Shahid with it. Shahid taking it inside. Gives to Scher. Rolls on the ground. Coleman tries to come away with it. Ball still rolling around. This is big for the Lady Seahawks to come up with it, and they do. Barton gives to Kirby. It's going to stay Seahawks possession. Now Kirby with it on the fast break.
You can't waste this opportunity.
Seahawks have numbers once again. Kirby. Maybe could have taken a shot there. Did not decide to pull it. Kanyar getting pushed from behind. And now she will have an 8-meter here.
Seahawks missed another opportunity. That fast break had numbers, had people open. I think you got to shoot something. I mean, goalie play for Arundel hasn't been anything special.
But Morse taking it inside, fires, gets stripped away once again. Another solid interior defensive possession by the Wildcats. They're collapsing down the entire time. And that's the second time that the Lady Seahawks have gotten stripped from behind inside. Under a minute remaining.
They might just hold it till the end of the third quarter.
I think they're going to go with about 30 if they have an open pass. They want to try and get one more goal here going into the fourth. If they can make it a 3-goal game, that would be huge for the Wildcats. But yeah, Tripiach is holding it right now.
They might
almost a steal by Jack there.
They might be content with just not risking it.
18 seconds left. They're going to try and go. Goggin with it. And Coleman steals it away. 10 seconds left now. Got to pass it up.
I don't think she realizes how much time's left.
That, and I don't know if the Seahawks can get it past midfield here. And that will do it for the third quarter. As Arundel goes into the fourth, up 10-8 of the Lady Seahawks. All right, back with you. Start of the fourth quarter. Seahawks in a little bit of trouble here. Arundel up 10-8.
Quarter where legends are made.
This time it means something.
I had to say it.
Yeah. Start of the fourth quarter. Close game. Now or never.
It starts with winning this draw for the Seahawks.
Beginning of the season. And there's the draw win for Arundel. It's Meddy with it. Now in the 25, Arundel, look for them to stay with the same game plan they've been doing all game of slowing it down.
We've got a couple score updates for you.
Wasting time.
Softball is up 13-2 at Bennett.
Yeah.
And then baseball just scored on a pass ball, 3-0, top of the fourth. Wild pitch. My bad.
3-0 though. So Arundel now working around the arc here. Meddy with it. Yep, he did. That's going to be
4-0 Decatur.
4-0 Decatur. Brzezinski with the double. Nate Brzezinski.
Homer, 5-0.
Wow.
I called it.
Yeah, we did say a home run. We did call that one. Funny enough, he's actually in my sports stats class. So we'll be talking about that one tomorrow. The whole class will be talking about that one tomorrow. Shout out Mr. Draheim, my teacher, if you're somehow watching. But Shahid with it. Arundel looking to take a 3-goal lead here. They've been looking for that for the past few minutes.
I think they're going to try and waste as much time as possible to try and stop the Seahawks comeback.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, a minute and a half, not making really any moves to the goal yet. Just passing it around. That's a great drive by Meddy, though. Feeds inside to Scher. They're going to work around again. Russell with it. Now working on Reed. Try to get that cut there inside. Now double team here by the Seahawks on Russell. And Shahid with it. And Scher's going to take it back out. Reset this offense. Again, they're wasting as much time as they can. This is where the Seahawks defense needs to get a little bit more aggressive here. Try and get a steal.
Yeah.
They do draw a penalty, though, foul.
Penalty. That was just out of frustration.
But a great job by Meddy. Fires and scores once again. And Arundel takes that 3-goal lead.
That's their game plan for the fourth quarter. They're going to waste as much time as possible, and then they're going to want to score a goal based off wasting that time. Try and stop this Decatur comeback. Decatur's got to start off by getting the ball.
Yeah.
Can't score if you don't get the ball.
Yeah. But, you know, not impossible. 3 goals. Still 9.5 left. But, you know, like you said, starts to win in the draw. Seahawks have lost their last few draws. Mills on the draw now. We'll see. You know, we'll see. Wind's picking up once again. But a draw between Mills and Scher. And that's how the Seahawks win it. Now this is a must-score possession here for Decatur. Barton. Now gives to Mills. And Sean, I'll ask you possibly for one last time, what is your game plan here for the Lady Seahawks?
Get it to your playmakers right there.
There it is. A score for MB Morse. She now has a whole 4th goal of the game. Back to a 2-goal game.
Get it to the leaders of your team, you know, your seniors. Let them go to work.
So the game plan there for the Lady Seahawks was a goal. Feed inside. Wide open for Morse. Starts with that. You want some consistent draw wins here, though, if you're Decatur. Because every single time Arundel wins the draw, they're going to hold it.
They're taking at least 2-3 minutes off the clock.
Exactly. Now ball's up in the air once again. That was a pretty easy draw win there for sure. Now they're going to try and waste some time. So sure, spinning around, working on Burton.
Seahawks defense getting a little more aggressive.
Yeah, moving towards the ball handler here. Double teaming. There's double team between Morris, and there's a steal. Now Carson with it. Now on the fast break. Can make it a one-goal game. And there's Kirby. Possibly could take it herself. Feeds inside. Pascucci wide open. Scores! Now it's a one-goal game. Textbook fast break. That was textbook.
Which textbook?
I don't know. Textbook number 5.
The textbook of goals.
And we're going to have a timeout here right after this highlight.
Here, guys, see the pass to Morse and then just taking it herself. One-goal game.
And it is a one-goal game.
Take
On up 11-10. Timeout here. We'll be right back with you. All right, now back with you after a little Seahawks run there. Now a one-goal game, 11-10.
Yeah, I mean, seeing life out of the Seahawks finally. They woke up, and they're playing with a lot of energy.
Get some of the home fans behind you.
I think that Coach Owens might have given them a stern talking to at half or in between the quarter change. That's probably why.
There you go, but sure wins the face-off there. She's done a solid job on the face-off today for Arundel. Getting as many possessions as she can for her team.
Now the Seahawks are going to double team here.
And it worked in getting that steal and getting out on the fast break, setting up Pascucci for a wide-open goal.
The only problem with double teaming is
Leave somebody
someone's open.
Yep, exactly. And it's just a matter of can Arundel get it to that wide-open person for most likely an easy shot. But it's been moved by Sure. Now getting double-teamed again. But a bad pass there. Burton almost scooped it up. Hamrock comes away with it. Hamrock's got to try and find somebody here. She's out of her goal. She's going to try and take it herself. This is really risky. She's way out of her goal. She does lose it. Lady Seahawks need to stay with it here, or else they're in trouble. And it's going to be a timeout here by the Lady Seahawks. Very smart timeout by Coach Bone to save the possession. Oh, we'll see what we're calling here. Look like call a timeout. Yeah, there it is. 7:22 left in this fourth quarter. Arundel up 11-10 by the Seahawks. Over the Seahawks. All right, coming back to you. This is a big Seahawks possession here if they can get it past midfield. Burton tries to get pushed on the ground.
Is that a...
That is going to be a foul, yeah. Looked like was about to be clean for a minute. Seahawks take it easy here. Still trying to get it past. There it is. There it is past midfield. And Pascucci with it. Now gives to Mills. And Mills on the wing of the arc. Now feeds to the corner. So I'd say there's Kirby. Could see a cut.
Look for him to give it to Morse right there.
There it is. Morse.
I think she might have had a shot there.
Tried to get an angle, yeah. Mills. Or Conyer, my apologies with it. And Pascucci. And Burton with on the top. And she falls down. Ball rolls. And Charpiot comes with it. That was a big stop there for Arundel.
Now, you can't let the goalie hold on to it if you're the Seahawks because they're just going to waste as much time as they want.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to try and force anything. They've played very smart game.
I see. This is, if I were the Lady Seahawks, leave somebody open maybe, go up to the goalie, and force a bad pass. Although there was going to be somebody wide open, she was able to stand there for 30 seconds.
They're going to pass back to her. Wow.
Yeah, Paquette now with it. Still trying to get it past midfield here as they do. Now the Wildcats can set something up. With 5.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. I'll say this is a big possession. Massive possession for both sides here. We're getting towards crunch time now in a close game like this. Russell with it. A great steal by Burton. Tries to come away with it. It will stay with Arundel. Couldn't get back there in time. Meddy with it. Feed inside. Great spin move. Fires and scores. Monroe with the goal that time. And Arundel takes back that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's sort of a momentum killer. Seahawks had a nice run going.
That is, definitely. Solid job by Arundel there on offense. Wasted time and got a goal out of it. That was their textbook there.
If you're the Seahawks here, I don't think you can let Arundel go up by 3.
No, definitely not.
5 minutes left.
With how this game has gone, if Arundel goes up by 3, that will probably do it. So definitely, if they want to have a solid chance, they need to win this draw here, but sure comes away with it. Yeah, that has been Arundel's story of the game, has been sure winning that draw. She's got a chance to go to the goal. Now wrapping it around the crease, getting double teamed here. Ball gets knocked around. Coleman comes away with it. Solid defense there with the Lady Seahawks. That was a perfect double team, but a pass over the head of Pascucci. Now one-on-one, fire and a score for Ava Shahid. And there is the 3-goal lead.
Not what you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Bad airmail.
Now 4:29 left in this fourth.
It's not impossible, but it's definitely improbable, I would say. You're going to have to win this draw. I know we've been saying it all game, but I heard it was somewhere around 17-4.
Wow. So now Kirby's going to be with it on the draw. Sure comes away with it again. She's been a beast the entire game on the draw. Definitely a captain of this Wildcats team. So now Lady Seahawks will go with immediate double team here. From here on out, look for all the double teams the Lady Seahawks can throw at the Wildcats.
They're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Get out just throw all the pots and pans. Get everything you can. Give everything you can on defense.
They're just playing keep away. You're
Yeah,
going to have to force them into a bad pass is what you're really going to want to try and do here.
Absolutely. But Mehdi now gives to Shahid. And Shahid's just going to wrap it around the arc. 3.5 left now. Now a feed inside to Russell. May have hit a shot there, but Arundel's main thing here is just wasting time.
They need a double team. Do something.
At this point, yeah. Even if you draw an 8-meter, try and get a takeaway.
You know, I would
slap the stick.
Wherever the ball is, I would leave the person on the far side of the field open because it's really hard to make that cross-field pass, especially in this wind.
But there's a feed inside to Monroe, and that could do it.
That's probably the dagger right there.
That will probably be the dagger. Monroe stings the left corner, and Arundel now up 14-10 of the Lady Seahawks with 2:49 remaining in this game. Wow. This will be a big loss for the Lady Seahawks early in the season, only second game.
Well, at least it's not in the Bayside.
That's what I was about to get to. Yeah. That is a positive. 1-1.
I think the Seahawks realize that, they need some people to step up.
Yeah.
Fill some big shoes that left after senior year last year. It's a learning opportunity.
And again, still start of the season for both squads. A lot of opportunities are going to be there. A lot of games left. And a lot can happen. But this, early in the season, is a massive win for Arundel. And on the flip side, a massive loss, non-Bayside loss for the Lady Seahawks. At this point for the Lady Seahawks, winning as many Bayside games as they possibly can. On Friday they play here versus Kent Island.
That's going to be
that's a pink out. That'll be a huge, huge game.
Are you going to wear pink, AJ?
Yeah. I think I have some pink. If I do, yeah. Why not? Let's do it. Russell with on the W of the Seahawks. Now Lady Seahawks double teaming here. Trying to hope for something. But Shahid with it. Now gets a push from Burton. Minute 36 left now in this game. As Mehdi drives through double team and gets fouled. And he'll take it from about the 20-yard line here. 16. And she's just going to wrap around and run this clock down for what is a key win on the road for the Wildcats here today.
I guess Arundel considers this their payback after us beating them in basketball in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was a very good game, just like this was. That was a very, very good game. Close the entire way. Almost a steal there by Coleman. She's still sticking with Paquette. And now Monroe. Now Monroe is going to take it here from the 20-yard line. Gives all to Paquette. So now 30 seconds left. Mills, Seahawks double teaming here again. And that time it's going to be a foul on Coleman. Yeah, Arundel at this point, winding down this clock. Wouldn't assume they'd take a shot on goal. So that will do it. A nice save there by Hamrock. Far pass up, gets tipped. And that will do it for today's game as Arundel takes this one on the road. 14-10 over the Ladies Seahawks. My name is AJ Patton, along with my partner Sean McChrystal. Have a great night, everybody.